Picture a river, its surface visible, flowing, carrying leaves and reflecting the sky. The water glistens under the sun, creating a mesmerizing dance of light and shadow. But beneath, a hidden current shapes the riverbed and nourishes roots unseen. This hidden flow is powerful, unseen, but essential, carving paths and sustaining life. Baptism is like these two streams, one visible, one hidden. The visible stream is what we see and experience outwardly, while the hidden stream represents the inner transformation. The exoteric path is the public ceremony, water, words, and community. It's a moment shared with others, a collective experience that binds us together. It's a declaration, I belong, I am renewed, I join a tradition. This public act is a powerful statement of faith and belonging. This is the outward sign, the shared rite. Practiced for generations, it connects us to a long history and a larger community. But there's also the esoteric path, an inner journey, silent and personal. This path is introspective, a solitary exploration of one's soul. Here, transformation happens within, not before a crowd. It's a deeply personal experience, often quiet and profound. It's the death of the old self, the birth of a new consciousness connected to something greater. This inner change is like a butterfly emerging from a chrysalis, a rebirth into a new way of being. These two rivers aren't in conflict. They're two expressions of the same longing for meaning and connection. They complement each other, each enriching the other. One is the door, the other the journey through it. The visible path opens the way, while the hidden path is the journey itself. One is the map, the other the territory. The map guides us, but the territory is where we truly experience and grow. We're not choosing sides, but asking, what does it mean to be truly cleansed and reborn? How do we integrate both the visible and hidden aspects of our journey? Where do we find our true selves? On the riverbank or in the depths? Is it in the shared experience or the solitary reflection? As we explore, consider which current calls to you, which path resonates with your soul. The visible communal stream or the hidden transformative flow. Each offers its own gifts and challenges. Both may lead to the same ocean. Ultimately, both paths converge, leading us to a greater understanding and unity. Exoteric baptism is a public act, a young person in white surrounded by loved ones stepping forward. The ceremony is a declaration. I join this community, this story. Water symbolizes cleansing, a fresh start, a new identity. Immersion or pouring marks a dramatic rebirth, old self down, new self up. This is the entry point into a faith, a handshake with history. Belonging is a deep human need, and baptism fulfills it. Across cultures, water rituals mark purification and readiness for the sacred. From Christian churches to Hindu rivers, the symbolism is universal. We wash away the dust of the world to approach the divine. Exoteric baptism is a time-honored way to begin anew, together. It's a visible sign of an invisible hope. Let's look at the symbols of exoteric baptism, a ritual rich with meaning and tradition. Water is life, purity, transformation, used daily, now made sacred. It's a universal symbol, transcending cultures and religions. In baptism, it's a spiritual solvent, dissolving the past and preparing the soul for a new beginning. The sensation of water on skin is a physical reminder of inner change, a tactile connection to the divine. Words matter too, vows, prayers, creeds. They articulate the faith's core tenets and guide the believer's journey. Speaking them aligns you with the faith's core beliefs, creating a shared language of devotion. The ritual is a contract, individual, community, and the divine, all coming together in a sacred agreement. Baptism is a rite of passage, marking a new chapter in one's spiritual journey. For infants, it's a welcome into the faith community. For adults, a conscious choice to embrace a new path. These public markers help us and others recognize transformation, celebrating the individual's commitment. Symbols, water, words, garments form a language everyone understands, transcending spoken words. You don't need to be a theologian to grasp the profound act of being washed clean. These are the building blocks of religious identity, foundational elements that shape our spiritual lives. They create shared experiences and strengthen community bonds, weaving individuals into the fabric of the faith. Through them, each person finds their place in the story, contributing to the collective narrative. Baptism's symbols make the invisible visible, turning abstract beliefs into tangible acts of faith. But what if the ritual loses its meaning? Without genuine desire, baptism can become an empty gesture, water on skin, but no change within. History is full of warnings against hollow ceremonies. The question, can an outward act alone transform us, or is it just a symbol pointing to a deeper change? This is where the path of esoteric baptism begins. Esoteric baptism is a private awakening, not a public event. It's a sudden, profound realization, a direct experience of the divine. This is purification by fire, spiritual insight, burning away illusion and ego. The old self dissolves, revealing the true, eternal spark within. Mystics describe it as light flooding darkness, a seed cracking open, a rebirth. It's not given by a priest, but found alone, through longing and sincere search. It may come through meditation, love, loss, or nature. Always it's a direct encounter with reality. You stop believing in God and start experiencing God. This is the heart of esoteric baptism, a shift from separation to unity. It's the journey inward to the source. At the heart of esoteric baptism lies a profound transformation, the death of the ego, often called ego death. The ego is the voice of pride, fear, and separation, the old self that clings to familiar patterns and stories. This death isn't physical, but a surrendering of the false identity we've built over years, a gentle yet sometimes painful letting go. The ego resists fiercely, clinging to control and certainty, making the process a struggle, a true dark night of the soul where old wounds and fears surface. Yet, in surrendering the small self, we create space for a higher self to emerge, one that is more authentic and connected. It's an act of deep trust, allowing the current of the divine to carry you beyond your old boundaries and limitations. The result is a kind of rebirth, a self that is peaceful, loving, and wise, no longer ruled by fear or separation. You begin to act from love, not fear, to see unity, not division. Compassion and understanding flow more freely. This is true rebirth, not just adopting new beliefs, but awakening to a new consciousness and a new way of being. Like a caterpillar becoming a butterfly, you are the same at your core, yet utterly transformed in how you experience life. The promise of the inner path is liberation from old limitations, a freedom that feels both exhilarating and gentle. The world is seen anew, interconnected, vibrant, and alive with possibility. The divine is recognized in all things, from the smallest leaf to the vastness of the night sky. This is the transformation at the heart of spiritual awakening, a journey that changes everything. The old self dies, the true self is born, radiant and free. This is the essence of being born again, stepping into a new life with open eyes and an open heart. The journey is inward, but its effects radiate outward, touching every aspect of your life and the world around you. What gives baptism its power? Intention. You can perform the ritual perfectly, but without sincere intent, it's empty. The water may touch your body, but not your soul. True transformation comes from a heart ready for change. A simple ceremony, approached with genuine longing, can spark deep renewal. The outer ritual becomes a doorway to inner experience. Intention bridges the public and private, the exoteric and esoteric. Like saying, "I love you." The words matter only if the feeling is real. Baptism is the same. The ritual is the form. Intention is the substance. The esoteric path is about cultivating this inner readiness. Through prayer, meditation, and self-reflection, you prepare the soil of your heart. What do you truly seek? Acceptance or transformation? Your answer shapes your experience of baptism. Must we choose between the outer and inner paths? Perhaps the richest journey is where both rivers meet. The exoteric ritual provides structure and community. The esoteric brings personal transformation. Imagine a community where public baptism reflects real inner change. Ceremony becomes celebration, not formality. The two paths feed each other, creating a cycle of growth. Outer rites were always meant as gateways to inner experience. When form and spirit unite, religion becomes alive. The exoteric is the body, the esoteric, the soul. Together, they create a living, breathing faith. The challenge is to hold both, ritual with intention, awakening with community. Ultimately, baptism's meaning is personal. Maybe you were baptized as a child, as an adult, or not at all. The two rivers, public and private, are always open to you. Do you long for community, tradition, and belonging? The exoteric path offers this. Or do you seek inner awakening, a direct encounter with the divine? And that's the esoteric path. Both are valid, both powerful. The real question, which calls to you now? You can unite the outer waters of tradition with the inner fire of transformation. The most important baptism is the one that makes you more loving and whole. Stand at your own riverbank, listen and ask, what new life is waiting to be born? The journey is yours to choose.